What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this glorious Top 5 Friday. And I'm so excited, guys. We're going through the 2000s, so we are doing the Top 5 albums of 2001 today. Of course, these, as always, are my personal choices, so don't take offense if you don't see your favorite here, but let me know in the comments below, as always, what your top 5 would be. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. At number 5... MTV Unplugged by Jay-Z, one of the best in the Unplugged series, even taking into account the 90s stuff. This is just so great. And you know, Jay-Z did release The Blueprint this year as well, but I like this album better. I think it's more raw and intimate, and having the Roots perform as your backing band doesn't hurt either. I mean, it just gives a whole new energy to songs like Izzo, the opening track on here, The Takeover, which of course in the original has that great Doors sample, and it's even more aggressive on here. You know, the lyrics that are against Nas, personally, their beef here. But it almost plays like a Jay-Z greatest hits at the time. Of course, the newer songs have much more energy. I love the version of Heart of the City on here, Ain't No Love in parentheses, which has a fantastic vocal by Jaguar Wright. Just amazing. And yeah, you gotta have it on your list. So that's my number 5. Now at number 4. Brushfire Fairy Tales by Jack Johnson, the debut album by the Hawaiian folk artist, and in my opinion, it still stands as his best. I don't think he's quite topped this. I mean, just from the opening track, Inaudible Melodies, which has this awesome acoustic guitar. I mean, he's such a great guitar player. I think he's really underrated in that area. Which most of the album tends to be acoustic, but with the trio of, I think the bass player's name is Merlot, and then there's also a drummer. They have such a big sound for just 3 people, and you know, whether he's going electric on some songs like Posters or keeping it kind of acoustic on Flake or Bubble Toes, the songs are so catchy and so well written, and he's got that reggae vibe mixed in, which he can't help it being from Hawaii. It's just, it's so good from start to finish. I love the album, and it's just my number 4. So now at number 3... The Invisible Band by Travis. Man, Travis is one of those bands that I think they're so underrated in general, and this is definitely one of their best. For me, it's neck and neck between this and The Man Who, the album that came before it. But man, just from the opening track of Sing, which is one of their catchiest and just most upbeat, you really want to sing along with it. Then you've got songs like Pipe Dreams, Flowers in the Window, of course, ending with my favorite Travis song of all time, the Humpty Dumpty love song, which I think is just brilliant and perfect heart on your sleeve songwriting that Fran Healy can only do. And it's produced by Nigel Godrich, for God's sake, so that takes it to another level. It is fantastic, and just my number 3. So now at number 2... Amnesiac by Radiohead, another album in the same year, produced by Nigel Godrich, of course, and of course Radiohead you knew was going to be on my list. This came shortly after Kid A the year before, and a very worthy sequel. The 2 albums were recorded in the same sessions, and this does feel very Kid A-ish on certain songs, but then there's certain songs like Pyramid Song, which have its own thing going on, which is just gorgeous, beautiful, one of my favorite songs of that year. You and Who's Army, kind of this old jazzy Ink Spots kind of song that really builds into something much bigger. Some amazing guitar playing on I Might Be Wrong, which has a kind of a bluesy groove, and then ending again with another kind of slower, jazzier song, Life in a Glass House, which I think is one of the best songs on the album. I mean, the whole thing is great. Even push-pull revolving doors, which is just kind of nonsense of an instrumental, is really fun to listen to. It's like, it's always so jarring and you're like, what is happening here? It sounds like it could be in a video game or something, but it's Radiohead, baby. Gotta love it. And that's my number 2. So now at number 1. Love and Theft by Bob Dylan. Absolutely amazing album from this guy. I mean, Bob Dylan, he had nothing to prove at this point, you know, and he'd already made quite a big comeback with Time Out of Mind a few years before. And this, to me, is one of his best albums of his entire career, which is really saying something, I know. But I mean, the songwriting is so amazing. A lot of people don't realize he produced this album himself. His backing band is just in top form. And, you know, it's like he's going back to like the 20s and 30s and 40s in some of the styles of these songs, like Summer Days, which is just an absolute rocker. Then he's going just straight up rock and roll blues on Lonesome Day Blues, one of his best blues songs ever. You got the fun, jangly opener of Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Of course, Mississippi, which had been done previously by Sheryl Crow, but then he did it afterwards, and he had tried recording this for Time Out of Mind. It didn't quite come out right, but man, he nails it here. And it just fits in perfectly with this kind of timeless sound, especially tracks like High Water. Just incredible, man. It feels like you're going back in time into like the 1800s, and lyrically, he's just on fire, man, throughout this whole record. The slow burners are great. The rockers are great. It's Bob Dylan at his best, and that is my number 1. So let me know in the comments below what you think. I'd love to see your top 5. If you're so bold, leave me a top 10, because we're always discovering and rediscovering great music here at Johnny Radio. So guys, we got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, and so much more. Thank you for watching, and as always, Viva La Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.